Hello everybody, I'm NerdyGuy, and one thing that I've heard way too many fucking times is people saying that things are like Twilight. Now, the shows that people say usually are like Twilight are mainly Vampire Diaries, True Blood, and Supernatural. Now, I'm going to start talking about Supernatural because that's the one that pisses me off the most. Supernatural is nothing, literally nothing like Twilight. Sure, it has vampires, and the vampires don't look anything like Twilight. They don't burn in the sun, but that's just because basically they've evolved to withstand the sun. They still don't like the sun. The sun is still painful for them, but they don't die. That's the only thing they have in common with Twilight. And vampires are not even in every episode. They're like barely one episode per season that we see a vampire. There's even one episode where they make fun of Twilight, where there's a bunch of teenage girls giving themselves vampires willingly because they're just too stupid to realize what actual vampires are because of a obvious Twilight parody. But Supernatural is nothing like Twilight, and I absolutely hate it. And I say like, oh, I like Supernatural, and somebody goes, that show is like Twilight. No, it fucking isn't. And another show that people often say is like Twilight is, like I said earlier in the start of the episode, True Blood and also Vampire Diaries. Because basically they have vampires in them, so obviously they're like Twilight. But no, both True Blood and Vampire Diaries, the vampires die in the sun. Now, in Vampire Diaries, I haven't watched a lot of Vampire Diaries, but to my knowledge, they have like rings that help them. I think there's like rings made by witches or something that helps them withstand the sun. Something like that. But still, without those rings, they would still die in the sun. That's how it works. Vampires die in the sun, and they drink human blood. Just because the shows, both True Blood and Vampire Diaries, have vampires having relations with humans, it doesn't make them like Twilight. People need to fucking understand that. So, for the love of God, stop using the expression, like Twilight. Because Twilight is a huge piece of shit. But the reason Twilight is a piece of shit, it's not the whole relationship between a vampire and a human. Despite the fact that no sane human would ever fall for Bella, because Bella is a stupid bitch. Yes, I have read Twilight, sadly. But I can honestly say the books are awful. Most people can't do that, but I can. But there's a lot of problems with Twilight. The story is fucked up. In the first book, there's about 300 pages before a conflict arrives. And like I think it's once every second page, there's something about how beautiful Edward is. I mean, the movies, as bad as the movies are, they're actually better than the books. I mean, I've only watched the two first movies. I haven't watched the clips, and I haven't watched the Breaking Dawn movies. But in the first book, at the end, when Bella is about to die, well, she's captured by whatever the vampire's name is, and he's going to kill her. And in the book, she just passes out and wakes up in hospital and like, oh, okay, everything's resolved. You know, while she was passed out, Edward and all the other vampires just showed up and saved the day. Like, really? This is the climax of the book? Really? Fuck you! I mean, in the movie, you at least get to see Edward and... I can't remember what the fuck that dude's name is. It was years ago since I saw the movie. But at least you get to see them fight. You get to see some action. You get to see something happen. In the book, it's just like, oh, she passed out. Oh, she wakes up. Everything's solved. And to my knowledge, in the third movie, like I said, I haven't watched it yet, so... But in the book, there's a huge badass fight between vampires and evil vampires and werewolves. Well, the werewolves are on the good vampire side, but there's this badass fight going on. But you don't get to see it. No, because Bella is up in the mountains with Edward and Jacob and playing Brokeback Mountain. Yeah, because that is what you want to see in that situation. Fuck you. The books are awful. So this turned into a rant about why I hate Twilight, but nevertheless, stop saying that things are like Twilight just because they have the element of human and vampires living together. They're not like Twilight. Twilight is awful. Don't get me wrong, I fucking hate Twilight. But Vampire Diaries, the few episodes I've seen of the show, it's good. True Blood was a fantastic show. It ended recently, Last season was not that great, but before that it was great. Supernatural is an even better, even more fantastic show. I love Supernatural. That show is fucking awesome in every way. It's fucking Monster Hunters. Basically Van Helsing. Yeah. Fuck yeah. So, yeah, to summarize one more time. Stop saying things are like Twilight. And also leave a comment and tell me what you think. Do you find that annoying? Do you like Twilight? Are you one of the people who think that I'm a hater because I don't like Twilight? Yeah, I fucking hope not. Anyways, I am the Nerdy Guy, and you just watched Nerdy Guy Rant.